In the late 1960s, the University of Michigan was shaken by a series of brutal murders that left the community on edge. Among them was the mysterious death of Jane Mixer, a 23-year-old law student with a bright future ahead of her. Jane was known for her intellect and kindness, but her dreams were cut short in the most horrifying way. This is her story, one that remains etched in the annals of true crime as both perplexing and profoundly tragic. March 21st, 1969. Jane Mixer decides to hitchhike from Ann Arbor to Muskegon to visit her family, but she never made it home. Her body was discovered the next morning in a cemetery, 13 miles away from campus. Her killer had shot her twice in the head and strangled her with her own stocking, leaving her body laid out neatly on a grave. The brutal nature of her death and the choice of such a macabre location puzzled investigators.
The positioning of her body and the use of her own clothing in the crime suggested a personal element, a message from the killer perhaps. But what was it?
Initially linked to the notorious Michigan murders, Jane's death stood out. Unlike the other victims, her connection to the serial killings by John Norman Collins was speculative at best. Decades passed with few leads. It wasn't until 2004, with advances in DNA technology, that a new suspect emerged. Gary Leiterman, a retired nurse whose DNA was found on Jane's pantyhose. Leiterman's trial brought more questions than answers. How had his DNA ended up on Jane's clothing? Was it a contamination, or was he truly the killer? Today, the case of Jane Mixer remains a haunting enigma. Was justice served, or is her killer still out there?
The complexities of DNA evidence leave room for doubt, and many continue to question the true nature of the findings. It's a puzzle that may never be fully solved.
Who do you think killed Jane Mixer? Join the discussion in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into unsolved mysteries and true crime stories.